Greetings, my name is Christopher Paisley. I'm a Philadelphia public school teacher, and this is my podcast, Inside White Fragility. Today I'd like to talk about a book titled Reinventing Racism, Why White Fragility is the Wrong Way to Think About Racial Inequality. It's a book written by Jonathan Church. I don't know if you remember Jonathan. He's been on this channel a few different times. We've had discussions on the problems with Robin DiAngelo's white fragility theory. Jonathan's written many articles about DiAngelo's white fragility theory, as well as Ibram X. Kendi's anti-racism. He's written a few of those in Merriam-West most recently. But this book, again, it's called Reinventing Racism, Why White Fragility is the Wrong Way to Think About Racial Inequality. It's a really great book to purchase. It's going to be coming out in 3 weeks. It's going to be released on December 14th. It's published by Rowman and Littlefield Education, and you can get it on Amazon. The reason I'm talking about this, obviously, because this channel deals with whiteness studies and critical race theory and anti-racism and the things that you've been seeing over the last couple of weeks, specifically with the school board in that one school in Florida where they were debating about bringing white fragility into one of the English classrooms and other places. This is a great book that could serve as a toolkit to give you a defense against bringing in the concept or the book White Fragility into schools. It really exposes Robin DiAngelo's white fragility theory. It shows the flawed methodologies. It shows how it's not very rigorous in terms of its scientific methodology. It uses mostly politics, it's indoctrination, and there's really much better ways to approach inclusion and diversity and things than this polarizing, divisive white fragility theory. So this is a great book to pick up. Again, it can serve as a toolkit for those people who are looking for a defense against DiAngelo's white fragility theory. So let me just go into the book briefly and we can talk about what's inside. So here is the book on Amazon, Reinventing Racism, Why White Fragility is the Wrong Way to Think About Racial Inequality by Jonathan Church, and this title will be released on December 14th, 2020. And here is some product information. The theory of white fragility is one of the most influential ideas to emerge in recent years on the topics of race, racism, and racial inequality. White fragility is defined as an unwillingness on the part of white people to engage in the difficult conversations necessary to address racial inequality. This fragility allegedly undermines the fight against racial inequality. Despite its wide acclaim and rapid acceptance, the theory of white fragility has received no serious and sustained scrutiny. This book argues that the theory is flawed on numerous fronts. The theory functions as a divisive rhetorical device to shut down debate. It relies on the flawed premise of implicit bias. It posits a faulty way of understanding racism. It has serious methodological problems. It conflates objectivity with neutrality. It exploits narrative at the expense of facts. It distorts many of the ideas upon which the theory relies. This book also offers a more constructive way to think about whiteness, white privilege, and white fragility, pointing us to a more promising vision for addressing racial inequality. Okay, so that's the book. Again, it's called Reinventing Racism, Why White Fragility is the Wrong Way to Think About Racial Inequality by Jonathan Church. You can get it on Amazon. You could go to Rowman and Littlefield Publications and you could buy it there. It will be released in 3 weeks. It can make a great gift to someone in the family who is kind of interested in this stuff, this white fragility. Maybe they feel, kind of put off by it, and they'd like a book to really get into the details of what is wrong with this. Or maybe, again, they're in a school district and they have to go to a school board and they want to keep their district fair and equitable, but they don't want to bring in this kind of divisive, polarizing white fragility theory. This is a great book to buy. It's a great toolkit. It gives alternatives to this white fragility, and it's something that I encourage people out there who are interested in this to go out and buy it and give it a read.